but to just superficially know, sometimes it really isn't about you. And there's so much pressure and relief that comes off of you when you realize, it's not about me. It really isn't about me. One, they're going through something. Two, they're insecure. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 2 on how to not give your power, not give your time, your energy to something that's so invaluable, because there's so many things in this world that it just doesn't need your attention, and stop giving it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in there. Talking about grace, how high valued women have grace, lies underneath treating people. When it comes to treating people, so oftentimes our response can be dictated by the way they responded. So if someone is rude to you, your innate reaction is going to be you're going to be rude to them back. When you are allowing others to dictate your response based on if they're rude to you, they said a rude comment, whatever, right? In that sense, you are rendering power to them. You are rendering a certain energy, a certain power to them. When you do not allow others to dictate your response, you are standing strong in who you are. You are standing firm and you are not wavering over just how someone decided to treat you. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going on in their lives, whether something is going on in their lives or not. And yes, that doesn't serve as an excuse for them to treat you bad, but as a woman of high value, she knows not to take things personally, because a lot of times it's not about you. A lot of times you're probably in a store or whatever and a clerk gives you a bad reaction. They probably hate that job. Like, imagine, like, obviously in each encounter you're not going to be analyzing and creating this story, but to just superficially know, sometimes it really isn't about you. And there's so much pressure and relief that comes off of you when you realize, it's not about me. It really isn't about me, right? It's either one, they're going through something, two, they're insecure. So it's giving them the benefit of doubt, because one, two, you're strong and secure about who you are. You're confident in who you are. So I'm not going to allow the way you respond to me dictate the way how I should respond to you. There's so much beauty when a woman of high value carries this grace to her. And there's so much blessing to that. One, she saves so much energy that takes from her. When you respond in the same way someone responded to you in a rude light, it's taking energy from you. It really isn't. Where in which that energy could have been used for something so much greater. So there's so much blessing when you respond with grace. And obviously this doesn't only apply to, women of high value or women who are insecure or girly whirly twirly pops. But this just also responds to people in general. But like, as someone who is trying to better themselves, you're trying to better yourself and just become this empowered badass woman. As you are on that journey, it's also just recognizing certain things do not deserve your attention. Certain things do not deserve your reaction. They just do not deserve it. So do not give it. Be aware of it. Be intentional of that, because it just does not need it. What's to say that you probably did that to someone else at one point, right? You were going through the motions, you feel insecure, and you gave a nasty reaction. How many times of those encounter did of those people not react or give you the same response that you gave them? Like, think about it, right? So the point finale of grace is a high valued woman knows that her energy is precious. Okay, the next point, confidence. There is so much that goes into confidence, especially for a badass high valued woman. And I'm only going to mention a few little pinpoints of it, but there's so much. Just know that there is more to confidence, right? And we can talk about it in another video. Confidence, you're not born with confidence. You have to learn how to use confidence, because there's confidence and then there's arrogance. Two different things. Confidence, you acquire it, you hone it, you know how to use it gracefully, elegantly, right? And then there's arrogance. We're obviously not going to be comparing to two, but there's two different things, right? But with a high value woman being confident, and it's a lot of her knowing about herself and caring more about what she says about herself than what others say about her. Because if she allows the opinions of others to influence what they say about her confidence can waver, and that should not be. It's like an ocean going back and forth. The goal, and that is not what we're striving for. Confidence, in there lies permission. Notice how I said she does not allow the opinions of others to wash over her, because if she allows the other opinions to wash over her, then poof, what happens? Her confidence goes down. Who holds the mirror? It's what I always think about, right? Who are you giving the mirror to? Okay, let me get my phone. Let me show you. I always like to use this analogy, and I get my phone. This is my phone. Pretend it's a mirror. In that mirror, lies what is true about you, what is said about you. And what happens is that you don't know that you hold the mirror. From the mirror, you give it to someone else. You can either give it to your creator. I give it to my Heavenly Father. I don't know who you give it to, but I give it to the person, to the God who made me the way I am, and with my quirks and my weirdness and my imperfections. I give it to my Heavenly Father. Right. But my point being is there is a mirror, and so often you give the mirror to the wrong person. And when you give the mirror to the wrong person, what you're saying is this person is holding your mirror and is saying, yeah, if this person is ugly, they're going to mold that mirror in the way they want it to mold that mirror, and then they're going to present it to you, and you're knowing you, and you're going to be paying attention to the person who's holding the mirror, and you're going to believe that person who's holding the mirror. Wow, because you gave them power and permission. Power and permission are two major topics. They're so profound, but what little I can say is focusing more on permission. You have the choice and the permission that when someone is saying negative about you, you have the choice either one, to believe it or not believe it. When someone is calling you and the person that is calling you, ring, 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 is your enemy, you have the choice to decline it. But when you accept and you allow the people's opinions about you, what they say about you, if you believe it, you're accepting, yes, I'm going to pick up the call. I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to listen. Remember, there is a lot of intentionality in that. That if you do not know who you're giving the mirror to, you're just going to be washed back and forth. And so confidence has a lot to do with yourself and loving yourself and knowing who you are and knowing what you're being intentional. I talked about intentionality in my last video, if it's the last video I posted, but I talked about intentionality and how, you hold the power in what you're being intentional, that in the same way in which you hold the power in what you were being intentional, you hold the power in what you allow others to say about you. Obviously, there's certain things that fall out of our grasp, our point, but it's how you respond to that. And what the mirror is symbolizing here, the mirror is symbolizing a way of what is true about you and what is said about you. So when you give a mirror to someone else, or when you allow the permission for someone else to get the mirror, this imaginary mirror from you, what you're saying is that you are allowing them to mold that mirror in the way they see you, not you see yourself. So when you go out in public, you tend to act, someone who is insecure will tend to act the way others see them. Not you choosing first, not a high valued woman is choosing first to act in the way she sees herself. That is where confidence plays in. A high valued woman will look and act on how she sees herself, how she's choosing to present herself towards society. Deep down, as a human innate nature, humans want to be liked. There's nothing wrong with that. They want to be liked. It's how, God created people to be in a sense of a way. There's this innate reaction to you where you want to be liked. But you do not have to be liked by everyone else. And if you want to be liked, something I always tell myself is that there's so many people in the world, but I don't have to meet all of them. I don't need to meet all of them. All of them don't need to be in my life. So in the same way with you, there's so many people in the world, you don't have to meet everyone. You don't have to be liked by everyone. You just don't. It does not work that way. Like, tell me this, is there a food that everyone in the world would like? No, there is not one single food, wherever the food comes from, whatever category it belongs to. Is there one particular food where the whole world loves? There is not one food that says, the whole world loves this one piece of food. No, I have even heard people saying how they hate water. If you even want to mention, well, everyone likes water. No, literally, not all people love water. So imagine you as a person who has so much depth to you, so much spice, so much character. You are not meant to be liked by everyone. Specific people will come in your time. You are not meant to be liked by everyone else. You are not meant to meet everyone else. It's choosing how you want to act and how you believe you are to be, and allowing others to see, hey, that's how she acts, that's how she is. That is the way they're going to look at you, by the way you have presented yourself. And if some other people want to say something otherwise about you, well, guess what? There comes that confidence. You're insecure and you know how you are, how you love yourself, how you show up, how you present yourself, that it doesn't matter. It won't matter what they say, because what you say about yourself, it is key, and there's so much profoundness and there's so much power. So it's really being aware, who are you giving the permission to? The takeaway that I want you guys to take from this video is definitely not allowing the response of others to dictate how you should respond to them. That is one of the components. If you are to get anything out of the video, it is that. Because so many times in my life where it's like, I have seen the way someone has looked at me, or I have seen the one someone has treated me with contempt. And it's like, I have that choice, you have that choice to decide how you're going to act. Are you going to act like them, or are you going to act to be better? Anyways, my lovelies, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned from it and actually will apply it to your life. Thank you for lending an ear. Thank you for taking the time to get to the ending of this video if you got to it. Leave in the comment section below if there are any topics that you guys want to discuss about. I hope that there are a few key points that will resonate with you and that will just only make you even of a more badass as a person, a boss woman. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Double dab and peace.